The Minnesota Timberwolves are teetering on the edge of collapse just weeks into the NBA season. Following a crushing loss to the Sacramento Kings on Thanksgiving Eve, where Minnesota squandered a 12-point lead in the final 7 minutes to lose by 11, star guard Anthony Edwards did not mince words in assessing his team's performance and mindset. The Timberwolves now sit at 8-10, having lost 4 straight games in 7 of their last 9. The collapse against Sacramento, punctuated by a 29-6 Kings run to close the game, underscored deeper issues within the team. Edwards, known for his fiery competitiveness and unfiltered honesty, gave a raw and impassioned critique of the Timberwolves' struggles. "We've been trying to figure this out for the whole year, man," Edwards said, referring to Minnesota's defense, which has fallen far from last season's elite standards. "We thought defense was our identity, and it's not looking like that. Our identity right now, I think, is we soft as hell as a team, internally. Not to the other team but internally, like we can't talk to each other, just a bunch of little kids. The whole team, we just can't communicate, and we gotta figure it out, man, because we can't go down this road." The star guard expressed frustration with what he perceived as misaligned priorities among his teammates. "Sometimes it's tough because everybody's got a different agenda," Edwards continued. "I'm trying to figure out what the hell to say to get everybody on the same page because right now, everybody's on different agendas. That's one of the main culprits of why we're losing." The Timberwolves' issues go beyond defense. Edwards highlighted a lack of unity, calling his team frontrunners and lamenting the squad's inability to respond when things get tough. "We're growing apart," Edwards admitted, pointing to a disconnect that has left the team unable to replicate the cohesion that propelled them to last season's Western Conference Finals. Adding to the sting is the reaction of Timberwolves fans, who have not been shy about expressing their disappointment. "The fans are booing us. That's so disrespectful, it's crazy," Edwards said. "We're getting booed in our home arena. It's hard to take." Edwards' frustration seemed rooted in his own high standards. The 22-year-old is having a career season, averaging 28.1 points per game on an impressive 43% from three-point range. Despite his individual excellence, he's struggling to carry a team mired in inconsistency and inefficiency. Offensively, Minnesota has lacked spacing. The absence of Karl Anthony Towns, traded during the offseason, has left a significant void, while Rudy Gobert's presence in the paint has often congested driving lanes for Edwards. Donte DiVincenzo, brought in for his shooting, has been underwhelming, posting his worst three-point percentage since his rookie year. On the defensive side, the drop-off is equally concerning. A team that was elite last season now sits outside the top 10 in defensive efficiency, surrendering over 4 more points per 100 possessions. Even with perimeter defenders like Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker funneling opponents to Gobert, the defense has lacked the cohesion and energy that defined it last year. The Timberwolves' woes seem rooted in structural and emotional issues. Edwards alluded to the negative energy surrounding the team this season, a stark contrast to last year's positivity. While some might point to Towns' absence as a factor, his defensive limitations suggest that his departure doesn't fully explain the team's struggles. Moreover, the Timberwolves have failed to adjust offensively without a consistent secondary scoring threat. Defenses have focused on Edwards, forcing him into difficult shots and limiting his ability to drive. Edwards' comments shine a light on a team in crisis, but his leadership could also be the catalyst for change. The Timberwolves have the talent to compete in the hyper-competitive Western Conference, but without addressing their internal issues, they risk falling further into mediocrity. With Edwards emerging as the heart and soul of the franchise, his frustrations may galvanize the team, or fracture it further. Time will tell if the Timberwolves can rediscover their identity and turn their season around. But for now, the road ahead looks daunting. Their next challenge comes on Friday, offering the Wolves an immediate opportunity to respond. Whether they rise to the occasion or continue their downward spiral could set the tone for the rest of their season.